in many cases, as in as industry, the whole transformation has happened. So how far that is true and how it is really impacting us? So I would request Yuvraj to share his speech and also the experience with the audience. Over to you, Yuvraj.
Yes, thank you, Runa. Thanks a lot, and thanks to the whole organizing team for inviting me. It was great listening to Hari. I think that Hari has set that tone very, very correctly, and I think that he has really brought out clear distinction in terms of how e-commerce companies are different from other companies. So I think let me try to build onto it, and maybe bring in a bit of more flavor of how one should look at careers in the e-commerce companies. So I think if you look at Runa and Hari will agree, and all my friends on the panel will agree. Take yourself back 30 years, 40 years, right? All those who were still there, and perhaps they had some sense at that point of time. So I was definitely there, and I could clearly make out that at that point of time, huge focus of employment was on industries, manufacturing industries, and how companies are working. They are churning out products and all, right? If you go a couple of decades back, you will see that the biggest employer or the employment provider started happening through ITS companies, right? Wherein you have a lot of call centers started off, people joining, bachelors joining and earning money, night shift, evening shift, morning shifts, and all that stuff. Last, if not a complete decade, I'll say 6 to 7 years, because I joined Make My Trip in 2014, and it's 6 years. And I know that when I joined Make My Trip, it was not so prominent, right? When I left PepsiCo, there was a colleague who was joining Flipkart before I left PepsiCo, and I asked, "Where are you joining?" He said that I'm joining Flipkart. And what is this company, Flipkart? So he said, like, no, I think they are going to be the future of the industry and all that stuff. So I think I remember that at that point of time, e-commerce had still not taken off. So last 6 to 7 years, if I look at, I think the whole employment scenario is going to get governed and has got governed around e-commerce companies. And now second aspect is that this will continue to happen. And with this COVID coming in, I think there's going to be a huge fill-up to the whole e-commerce process by every company. In last couple of years, I'll not take the name of the companies. You'll realize that a lot of companies were in hardcore retail or hardcore brick and mortar have also started doing their digitalization. So I think that future for next at least 10 years, I clearly see that is going to be in the field of digital businesses, which are to a great extent loosely called as an e-commerce company, right? So I think that will continue. What is also important is to understand that e-commerce companies does not really mean tech and product. And I think that point Hari alluded to when he says that 80% of the workforce is blue collar and 20% workforce is tech, product, and all that stuff. So that primarily means that these are not the companies which are only dependent on the technology folks. There's a huge amount of machinery which is a last mile execution, also in terms of sales or business development or the contracting, who are in the field and is still working like any other company. So I think employability in this sector should be more looked at as an organization you get in, and if you have a skill A, which is non-technical skill, can that organization also provide you another opportunity when you develop your skill, maybe in an area of digitalization? So I think it's the whole benefit of e-commerce career is that you can get into this company as a non-techie. You can spend time in that organization. It can also provide you an opportunity to closer to the digital acumen, digital skills over a period of time. So it offers plethora of opportunities, right from the last mile execution rider till the data scientist. And what a great place to really make a career. What a great industry to really be there and build careers over a period of time. So that's very, very important and distinct for people to understand. So important is when you're getting these industries, please build a skill which will allow you to get into this. And now once you get into the industry, Runa, now the beauty of e-commerce industry is that when you get inside the industry, your success is not always defined by the skills what you bring to the table. It is at this point of time, the whole focus shifts from your functional skills to your temperament, your behavioral skills, your overall ability to adapt with the organization, which becomes far, far more critical than you being an engineer computer science, or you being a data science skill set, or you being a great in terms of the strategy or HR professional or a investor relations. Those skills are important for you to get into this. But success in these industries is defined by very different set of skills or the competencies what you bring. So say around 30 years back, when I would have joined any armed forces around 27 years back, I think it was a very different world. When I came in 97 to Asian Paints and joined manufacturing industry, I knew that what skills I need to be very strong in terms of labor laws. I need to be very, very strong in terms of handling union relationships. I'll somewhere succeed. But now it is very different. And what my understanding has been that when you get into these industries, there are a few things which you need to really be very, very focused about. And that's how it is different from the past. One is that you don't join an e-commerce company if you are not strongly connecting with the vision of the founders and the organization. Because everybody connects with the vision of the organization that, yes, Swiggy has an ability to really create a complete disruption in the food delivery business. Make My Trip has a ability to create a complete disruption in the travel patterns of the Indians. So if you don't connect with this, I think that you will never feel at home in these organizations. That's one part you need to really build in. Other thing what I feel is also important is that when you come into these industries, your degrees are on one side, your functional skills are on the other side. You have to be very strong in terms of ability to work hands-on. You need to be ready to do every sort of a work, right from a delivery to strategy to finance to HR to managing people. If you want to succeed, it's important for you to be really on ground, hands-on, ready to do everything, dirty your hands in the process, and that's how you will grow. So that's another skill which I look at very important for people to have on the functional skill side. Third is a lot of people join organizations thinking that I'm getting into a very process defined industry. E-commerce, loosely also called as startups, will have processes only for the maintenance and hygiene. These are the organizations where the processes are loosely defined. They can only enable things, but they can't become a constraint in the delivery, as compared to old institutional organizations wherein the processes are God. Here the processes are not God. Here the delivery is God. And you need to be able to really work accordingly without violating something which is sacrosanct. Be happy and capable in that environment of a bit of ambiguity. That's very, very important for anybody to succeed in these organizations. I think other thing what is also very important, which is another 2 points I'll cover, is one, startups a lot of times work on the frugality. If you are in the habit of working with a multi-billion conglomerates, or if you feel that you can go and start getting a cabin after 3 years of service and best of the facilities, perhaps that's not the place for you to be. I think that you need to bring in that frugal mindset to work and develop and scale up the organization. That's very, very important. So on the skill set point of view, what I'm trying to say is that, in last 5 to 6 years, industry employability has changed. E-commerce is not only tech and product. E-commerce has a plethora of career options. You need to have one skill set to get into these industries, and you can be comfortable of coming out of this industry after a reasonable tenure by developing skill sets and developing exposure and having exposure in different fields, sort of a thing. And when you get into these industries, besides functional skills, your success, unlike previous times, is more defined by the behavioral skill set and temperament what you bring to succeed, rather than functional championship. Those are some of the initial thoughts, Runa, if I have to really bring in.
Given the impact COVID has had on employment, how do you see this phase deciding the talent in coming future?
I will only say that things have started inching towards recovery in terms of business as well as sentiment, right? How we started in the month of March, April was worst, May was still bad, June things have we have started reconciling. July will be further slightly better. So 3 months down the line, I think sentiments would be different. I don't know because of what reasons, whether it's because of tapering of the curve or our ability to really, fight with the COVID better. But yes, we can't really be in this cycle for very long. 2 months down the line, things should really start looking slightly better in terms of everybody's confidence around hiring, movements, and all that stuff.
So either comment as the user of CRM, or you make a choice that you want to give some parting words to the audience. Each one of you can take turns. Yeah, Vraj.
So let me just, since the whole conference and the discussion is on employability, so let me give a formula to everyone, a framework which can really be used for looking for an opportunity or evaluating the opportunities and options in this COVID time. You know, there's a framework of 6 L's. L's is an alphabet, and the 6 L is level, location, Luca is money, longevity, leader, and learning. So every opportunity anybody gets should put on these 6 L's. And if you have 4 or 5 being hit, you should think of taking it. If it is 2, then I don't think you should. And most of the time you'll find 3 to be really matching. So in terms of employability, I think it's very important for you to really not be very adventurous. And even if you want to really change and look for an opportunity, please look at this framework. It will help you take decisions.